Good morning, everyone. Very excited to have you this morning. Got a house full again for X926, and this has been just an amazing month. It's just a month and a couple of days ago, actually, that many of XANGO's top leaders flew into corporate and got to sit and witness firsthand this amazing new product. We actually got to see the brand. We actually got a lot more information than what we've been able to share so far, and we are very, very, very excited. This morning we're going to share what we are able to share with you, and this will be the last X926 webinar that we will do prior to convention. Convention is coming up in just a couple of days, and by the way, for those of you who are brand new, it is not too late to get yourself a ticket and get yourself to Salt Lake City. We do have some extra tickets, and whether you have to take a bus or get on Craigslist and look for a ride share, there are ways to get there for sure, and there are hotels that are inexpensive that are available, and of course you can always look to get a roommate. I remember in the very early days, 20 years ago, myself and Sandy Cohen, Eileen Cohen, and a few others used to go and share, 4 of us, to a room. We'd get 2 double beds and we'd share each. Sometimes we'd have a 5th and throw a cot in there just to be able to do whatever it took to be able to get to events and to be there in the very early days when we were first building and didn't have an unlimited financial resource to tap into. So if you can get there, get there. If not, tune into XANGO.com/live, and they will probably have some information there available to you about things, and tune into Facebook and just tune in. Of course, Betty's going to talk a lot about that, about how you can get the most out of convention, and also about how you can get a lot out of convention even if you're not able to be in attendance. But right now, let's go really quickly into the X926 opportunity, and I'm going to go into some things on the compensation plan that are very, very exciting. So let's get right into it. All right, XANGO is the opportunity company. We've known that. We've been in XANGO, some of us now, 11 years, coming up on 11 years. And we're very excited to be able to share that. The first 10 years of XANGO, they did some amazing things. When I saw the opportunity nearly 11 years ago, I saw the potential of what has come to fruition since then. I saw the potential because of these founders that I met that combined experience between them. They had done everything that would be required to do in XANGO to be successful as mid-level managers and above for some of the biggest network marketing companies out there. They had built brands. They had taken brands international. They had trademarked and copyrighted and handled legal things and requirements to get into other countries, and financial to be able to pay commissions in many different currencies around the world. And they had they knew they did it for other companies. So I knew that they had the experience and the ability to do it for XANGO, and of course they have. And so in the first 10 years, they've created over 100 millionaires, paid out over 4 million checks. They've had dozens of multimillionaires, and they've done some amazing things all around the world, all starting with this juice that they started, a single product focus because of this story about this mangosteen fruit. The people hadn't heard of mangosteen. They had these xanthone molecules. They didn't know what xanthone molecules were, so it was a story that had some folklore and some science behind it. People listened. They tried the product. The product worked. They got results, life changes, stories from all over the world, and to date now they've done over $2 billion in sales with this juice alone. What's next? What about the next 10 years of XANGO? XANGO's tapping into the global anti-aging market, over $300 billion, launching in just a few days in many countries and throughout the world by the end of 2014. Very exciting. Let's just talk about this market for a second. Symptoms of aging: cardiovascular, heart disease, low energy, low immune function, bone density, muscle loss, weight gain, hormone imbalance, muscle atrophy, memory loss, lack of stamina, oxidative stress, inflammation, wrinkles, aging spots, just a few things we all experience when we're aging. Now, we're about to launch something that's still going under a code name, X926. X926 has many key ingredients that has benefits such as supporting healthy DNA function and cellular energy production, improving mental and physical stamina, aiding the body in stress management, helps reduce body fatigue, supports cardiovascular health by improving circulation, helps accelerate muscle regeneration and growth, balances hormone levels for improved sexual wellness, improves mood and well-being, provides antioxidants to combat free radicals. How? There's 3 key blends within this product. One blend is for cellular regeneration, another for rejuvenation, and the last for cardiovascular. The first blend, the cellular regeneration, has 3 key ingredients in it, the mangosteen, lychee, and shilajit. Now, once again, we've got this amazing story. Shilajit, what's that? Most people have never heard of that. There's folklore behind it. There's also third-party science. Also with the lychee and the doses that we have in this formulation have amazing health benefits. There's all kinds of studies, and a lot of this stuff is going to be revealed at convention. You'll be able to get lots and lots of great product information. But once again, we have third-party science and credibility that's gone back for decades, and we've got folklore that goes back thousands of years and a story to tell that people have never heard before. When you got a story to tell that people haven't heard, they listen. They'll want to try this because people have been looking for the fountain of youth for thousands of years. And anyone will try anything if there's a hope or a thought of reversing or stopping or slowing down the aging process. And that's what X926 is all about. Of course, from there, if it works and people get benefits, it's going to do just like the juice did, only a whole lot more, and it'll go global so much faster because we're not starting with one distributor in one country like we did with the juice. We're starting with hundreds of excited leaders, tens of thousands of business builders, millions of customers worldwide just waiting to get their hands on this now. And as we all get the benefits and the results and start spreading the world, imagine what's going to happen with this brand over the next few years. Second blend is a rejuvenation blend. It has L-leucine, GABA, Tribulus terrestris, and aloe vera in it. The cardiovascular blend has grape seed extract, grape skin extract, and beetroot powder. So again, all of these ingredients are available to you to look at online right now at XANGO.com/X926. If you're not a distributor, you'll need to sign up and become a distributor to have access to that, because you have to log in with your distributor ID and your password. And back there, there's product information sheets and all the ingredients. And then you can spend some time and do a PubMed search on some of these ingredients, and you'll be blown away. And like the rest of us, you won't be able to wait to get your hands on the product. So let's just talk about that for a minute, the opportunity. XANGO is not just launching this product within the XANGO brand. They're actually creating a whole new division within XANGO. And in this division, there'll be a few products. X926 will be one. And the Faveo Pro line is being rebranded with the Limitless, the Ignite, and the Reload, and will be added to this new division, as well as a meal pack will be added in January of 2014. Now, for those of you who love the meal pack program, that meal pack program will be available in both XANGO and in this new X926 division, so you'll be able to participate in that in both sides or one side or the other. But we're launching in the United States, actually in North America, with the X926 and with the Faveo Pro line. Now, you'll notice the Faveo Pro line, you'll see that in there are little packages. There's a powder. You open it up, you dump it inside of a drink, you mix it up, and you drink it. X926 will be packaged exactly the same way, except for there will be 30 packets in each box so that you get a full month's supply for $120, and you'll get 100 points on that. And that is going to be the cornerstone for many people in their business. Let's just take a quick look at the compensation plan. These are just some of the benefits, bulleted all on one screen. There's a lot of additional bonuses that have been added. And just to be clear, so in this new division within XANGO, we have all of our XANGO Classic products, all the products that you're accustomed to right now, that are paid out in the XANGO compensation plan, which again, is the same compensation plan that we have had that you should all be familiar with, of course, unless you are brand new, in which case, if you want to participate in multiple streams of income, ask the person who sent you to this webinar to explain the XANGO compensation plan to you and how you can do that. This new division has a separate and additional compensation plan. These are just some of the bonuses that by building a business with the X926 products in this new division, there's a Drive Your Own Dream program that pays out lifestyle bonuses starting at the 5K position. They have rank advancement bonuses starting at the 20K position. This is a volume-based plan that has weekly power starts, a 9-level unilevel, global bonus pools, a customer program, a 50% actuarial payout, dynamic compression, trips and incentives. I want to take 1 second to say something about dynamic compression. This is something very unique to XANGO and what allows XANGO to pay out the full 50%. What that simply means is all commissions, 50% is paid out on all products sold. If a distributor is not yet qualified to earn a commission, that commission is paid to the first person in their upline who is qualified to earn that bonus. By the same token, as you're building a business, if you stay one rank ahead of your team as you're building, if your team is not yet qualified for a bonus, for example, if you're a 5K and you have 1Ks in your group, you're eligible for 5 levels. The 1Ks are eligible for 4. If they have volume on their 5th level, you will get that bonus because they're not yet eligible to earn it, which means you can actually earn the equivalency of an infinity bonus as we're building. Very, very, very exciting pay plan. Let's go into the specifics. ZAG has, or X926, same thing, this code name for this new division that's launching. And of course, all of this will be just in a few more days. You'll be able to know the actual official division of XANGO's name as well as the name of this new phenomenal anti-aging product. So in X926, they have titles that have the same names as the XANGO compensation plan, and that a lot of things are similar. This is one downline that you're going to be building that as you build and sponsor distributors, they can participate in multiple streams of income, same downline. So if you've got a group right now, then this is all that group has to do to qualify for the commissions, and this is all you would have to do. So X926, to be qualified as a 1K, you simply have to have 100 points in personal purchase of any XANGO product, whether it's from the Bold or the Classic line. The Classic is all the stuff XANGO has had in the past. The Bold is the X926 and the new Viveo Pro line as it's rebranded into the new division. So on any of those products or any of XANGO's products or a combination thereof, it doesn't matter what products you buy from which division, you will qualify as a 1K if you simply have 100 points of any products within XANGO and you have 3 active legs, or you could call it groups or teams, a leg, a group, a team. I'm going to call it legs, which is somebody you personally sponsored and everyone underneath them, customers, distributors, customers, and so on. So that entire leg has to have at least 100 points in it. It doesn't matter where the points come from. It doesn't matter who orders the points. It doesn't matter if anyone's on ADP. It doesn't matter if you have 4 people who order 25 points or if you've got 1 person who orders 100 points. But if you've got a leg, somebody you personally sponsored, and their group volume is at least 100 points, that's an active leg for you. So you need 3 of those active legs with at least 100 points in it, and 1,000 points total group volume in your own group volume, which is everyone underneath you, including your own personal purchases. That qualifies you as a 1K, and you will be paid as a 1K in X926. Now, if you're also in XANGO and you meet the XANGO 1K requirements, which is 100 points on ADP, which is 3 personally sponsored distributors or customers doing 100 points on ADP and 1,000 points total, then you're also qualified as a 1K. As a 1K, you're eligible for commissions on both sides, X926 and XANGO, with just one purchase of 100 points personal of any products from any side, from any division. This is extremely exciting. And as you promote in the compensation plan, you get to the next level, which is 5K. If as a 5K, to qualify as a 5K in X926, you need to have 100 points personal of the X926, or I'm going to call them bold products. So at the 5K and above level, if I want to participate in the compensation on X926, I need to have an X926 order. If I want to participate in XANGO as a 5K or above, I need to have a XANGO order. So from 5Ks and above, you need to have volume on both sides to be paid on both sides. But talking about X926 as a 5K to qualify in X926 or in ZAG or the bold division, you need 100 points of bold products. You need 3 active legs that have at least 1,000 points in them. So again, it's somebody you've sponsored, everyone under them, all their customers, all their distributors. Doesn't matter who orders what, doesn't matter if anyone's on ADP, doesn't matter if they even have 100 points personal order. It just matters that their group volume is at least 1,000. And then your total combined group volume is 5,000. And you're a 5K. Unbelievable. Very exciting. And as a 5K, you can actually qualify for the Drive Your Own Dream program and get the first lifestyle bonus if your group volume is 10,000. So while you're a 5K, you need at least 5,000 points to hit 5K, but when your group volume hits 10,000 points, and this is all in the X926 or ZAG side, then you can get a $400 a month lifestyle bonus. And this is paid to you to drive your dream. Your dream might be a car. Your dream might just be able to pay for the car that you have currently. Your dream could be a horse and carriage or a motorcycle or a boat or to go back to school. Whatever your dream is, you'll get a $400 a month lifestyle bonus to help you drive that dream. 20K, the next level of 20K is 200 points personal of bold products, 3 active legs with at least 5,000 points in each leg, and 20,000 combined group volume. As a 20K, you qualify for a rank advancement bonus of $3,000. Very exciting. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to the 20K level. If it takes you a year, if it takes you 10 years. When you get there, you'll qualify for a $3,000 bonus. But if you do it within 180 days of signing up, that bonus goes to $5,000. So this is the story of the tortoise and the hare. If you're a tortoise, you get $3,000. If you're the hare, you get $5,000. But either way, you win. Very exciting. Premier. Premier has 200 points personal of bold products, 2 active legs with at least 20,000 points total group volume, 1 active leg with at least 5,000 points in group volume, and 50,000 combined group volume of yourself. So your total group volume is at least 50,000. And as a premier, you get a rank advancement bonus of a dream trip for 2. And if you do it within 1 year, you also get a big wad of cash to spend on that trip. This is all very exciting. And once again, the average time to premier is 1 year. So these bonuses, the incentives to hit them quickly and to get the bigger bonuses are actually, if you do it in the average time, it's not the superstar time. I mean, we've had people hit premier in a month or 2 or 3, and obviously those people came in with a big group of a center of influence or some experience in the industry or whatever. But I'm just saying, people do hit these a lot sooner than a year, but a year is the average time. But there's been people in XANGO take 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. I mean, we're the tortoise and the hare. It doesn't matter where you are or where you fall. You will win that dream trip for 2. But if you do it within 1 year, a big wad of spending cash to go along with it. And there's more bonuses at the other levels, the rank advancement bonuses. For 100K, $10,000 when you hit it. If you do it within 2 years, that number goes to $25,000. A 200K, $25,000. If you do it within 3 years, it's $50,000. The 500K is a $50,000 bonus. If you do it within 4 years, it's $100,000. So imagine sponsoring a new distributor, letting them know about these bonuses, putting them on the fast track for success and helping them get there. Within 4 years, they can earn the $5,000, the Dream for 2 with the big wad of cash, the $25,000, the $50,000, the $100,000. That's a couple $100,000 in additional bonuses while they're building to the position of $500K, which, oh, by the way, the average income of a $500K is 6 figures a month. Pretty phenomenal and a great incentive to help somebody get there quickly. The average income of a premier is 5 figures a month. So a premier, you can do that with 3 good teams. A $500K, you can do that with 5 good teams. So whether you're building with 3 or building with 5, building for a 5-figure monthly income or a 6-figure monthly income, that's a heck of a monthly residual income and some great rank advancement bonuses to pay you in addition while you're climbing the ranks. Let's just look at the mechanics of how the compensation plan is paid. We have a 9-level unilevel, paying out 2% on level 1 and 5% on levels 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now let's just pause for a moment and think about what this means. You know, let's say, for example, somebody was building a team of 3 and helping them build a team of 3. That would mean you'd have 3 distributors on your first level, 9 distributors on your second level, 27 on your third level, and so on. By the time you get down to level 9, it's thousands of distributors. You're going to get paid 5% on thousands of distributors if you continue to build this business and work your way towards that premier level that earns on level 9. Now let's just think about that for a moment. On the XANGO side, we have a 2%, which is still phenomenal. You know, there's very few companies in all of network marketing that even have a 9-level pay plan. But of the ones that do, most of them pay 1% or 2%. And even on the XANGO side, it's 2%. So imagine building a business where all of a sudden on thousands of people, you can earn 5%. Imagine what that's going to do to the average incomes of each of these titles in this new X926 plan. That 5% on level 9 alone is so huge that we're expecting the average incomes, it could be double on the new side. We'll know in the next year or 2 as we build. Right now, it hasn't even launched. There's not even a single 1K. Any one of you can be the first 1K, the first 5K, the first premier, the first 100K, the first 500K in the new company. And at convention, there'll be exciting announcements about the first group of people that hit these ranks are going to be part of, in XANGO they called them the Sweet 16, the first group of premiers that went on the first trip to Thailand. Any one of you has the opportunity to be the first and to be one of those legends in this new division of XANGO and build towards some of the biggest checks that network marketing's ever seen. Some of the other things that are also part of the X926 plan, we have weekly power starts and the Customer Connect program. The Customer Connect program is now paying down through 9 levels of customer referrals, paying you 15% on your personal customers, paying you 3% on all the customer orders within your 2nd through 5th levels, and 2% on all the customers within your 6th through 9th levels. These customers, products, every time a customer in your organization purchases throughout these 9 levels, you just simply need to be on a 200 ADP to get through 9 levels. If you're on 100 ADP, you get your personal customers. That and the Power Start, which is paid on the first order of all new distributors, getting 25% on level 1 and 15% on level 2 if you're on the 200 ADP. These bonuses are all paid weekly. And, of course, we still have the Nothing Beats Free program. So for people who want to try X926 for customers, they can't afford it, you just simply let them know. They just need to refer 3 other customers and they can get theirs free. More bonuses on the Power Start volume. We have the 50% payout, just showing you how those numbers work. On your Power Start volume, there's 5% that goes into the incentive pool, 3% into the global bonus pool, and 2% into the 500K pool. So there's your total of 50% there. On the customer volume, the incentive pool gets 5%. There's the iBonus pool, 3%. There's 5% going into the global bonus pool, which is very exciting. Global bonus pool, that's premiers and above in the company. Once you hit the level of premier, or 100K or 200K, or 500K, you get to share in that pool, which is 5% of customer volume goes into, 3% of Power Start volume goes to, and 3% of all residual volume of all products sold worldwide goes into these global bonus pools. And premiers and above get to share in that. And, of course, 2% into the 500K pool. So XANGO is the opportunity company. Now, what are we going to do? How are we going to build this? How are we going to be prepared? This is just a few days away, and that's why we have 200K Premier Betty Quattlebaum on the line with us, and she's going to talk to us about how we can get ready for X926. Betty, are you with us?
Holly, I am. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
Okay, great. All right. Well, thank you, Holly, and welcome everybody. Thank you for taking your time on this beautiful Saturday. And Holly, thank you for doing these comp plan training calls. I can remember back when I got started in 2003 and I was living on the East Coast, and every 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon, we dialed in, and of course we had to have these papers in front of us because we didn't have the technology that we have today. But every single Saturday I would listen to you, to your class on the comp plan call. And, I would get so excited, but then I was thinking, well, the company's going to go broke because they're paying out too much money. And I had been in network marketing before, and you had mentioned just now dynamic compression. Well, I had never run across this, and I'm thinking, so anyway, it took me probably 10 times of listening to that call and going over it to figure out that this was legitimate and that the company was not going to go broke. And when I finally figured it out, I couldn't sleep at night. So anyway, thanks again for stepping up and doing this once more because it's very needed and nobody does it like you do. So anyway, I am so excited, Holly, and I thank you for inviting me to do this because I have a story to tell now because somebody got me to my very first convention. So my first advice is plan now. Invite now. Don't wait. This thing's huge. Anti-aging, as you said in the call, it's where it is. It's a $300 billion market, and we've got a product like none other, and it's backed by a billion-dollar brand. So just imagine what if there were a ground floor opportunity with no risk. That just doesn't happen. When I started out in 2003, the company was a year old, but we believed, we looked at the track records of the founders, we read all the studies on PubMed, the early science on xanthones and on the mangosteen. We saw the strengths of Wild Flavors, which is this old line, 70-year-old German company at the time, who partnered with us to bring the juice to our bodies with the medicinal wallop, if you will, that nature intended. But we still didn't really know. We didn't know for sure. Most companies don't even make it for 3 years. 95% go under before 5. Precious few make it to 10. Here we are backed by a 10-year-old company with a product so strong that we're starting an entire new division. That allows us, the field, to earn an additional stream of income. It's never been done before. We have a risk-free first mover advantage. Did I say it's never been done before? This is a company of first, and we have another chance to come in first. So everybody, we all need to plan now. We need to establish our direction. Earl Nightingale has a quote that goes something like, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you somewhere, and it's usually not where you wanted to end up. So believe it's possible. It is. So plan your post-convention meetings and potlucks now. Don't wait to know what the name of X926 is or the brand of or the name of the new division. Set the dates now. Make your list. Extend the invitation. Plug in. Plan to plug in to web-based meetings that your leaders are doing. There will most likely be web-based meetings and conference calls every day the week following convention and thereafter. There are seasoned leaders in the field, such as Collie Butler and Sandy Cohen, who grasp exactly what we have our hands on. And they're putting the pedal to the metal for themselves and for you. And we just need to plug in. So today, marching orders, order. Get product on the way. Orders start to be processed Monday. So get loads of products. If you've already ordered, order more, because after a week with this product in our bodies, we will have stories. So order enough product for your mom, your sister, your best friend, maybe even your husband or wife if they've been good lately, or if you want them to be good in the future. Anyway, now you've increased your odds of truly spectacular stories. There's an old network marketing adage that facts tell and stories sell. So get product in people's bodies. Plan your own home opportunity meetings, or gather people in your home to watch the web-based event, or have your leaders Skype in and plan to share samples and stories. You've got to have product on hand because people want the stories. And have some fun. After a week or 10 days, believe me, there will be the stories. In Colorado, we scheduled a potluck for Sunday, October 6th, and people just need to bring their favorite dish and their best story. And I think Mike thinks the most important of the two is bring your story. So anybody in Colorado, that's going to be at the McCarthy home in Colorado Springs. And we'll be doing home op meetings and trainings during the week. So if you haven't ordered yet, do it right after this call. If you have, order more. Have product to sample and sell. This is probably the most important thing. When people want product, they don't want to wait. Uncle George and Aunt Matilda aren't getting any younger. They want product yesterday. So anyway, so what else can we do now for convention? This weekend, what can we do? Don't settle for the number of people you now have going. Burn the phones up this weekend. There's still time to get them there and still $100 tickets to be found. We know what they don't know. Sure, it's expensive to go. We also know it's much more expensive not to. 10 years ago this month, I picked up the phone to call my sponsors, Linda and Mike McCarthy, to let them know that I couldn't afford to go to convention in November, the following month. I had signed up in July, but had finally made my burn the ships decision to do this on October 10th of 2003, and I was excited. I was calling people. I was signing people up, and the first national convention was coming up in November. Holly, I think that's when I first met you. And I had no money. I believed the story in my head. The reason was valid. I had no money. Linda McCarthy told me later that she could see my future pass right before her eyes. So anyway, we got creative. Miles, peanut butter sandwiches, and a loaf of Wonder Bread. And I don't even eat Wonder Bread. But piled 4 in a cheap motel room. And in November of 2003, I think my total income for that month was $100. I received for November was $100 from October. 1 year later, I went back to conventions for $100K with a check in November for October 2004 of $12,500. Just imagine if we had those bonuses that you had talked about in the ZAG pay plan. I mean, my gosh. But we get to do it all over again. But I can tell you that what happened would not have happened had I not gone to convention. So if you truly believe that what happened to me could happen to you in a year's time, would you be willing to eat peanut butter sandwiches and share a room with 4 people to get there? So this weekend, go through your Christmas card list. Look at Facebook friends. Who do you know in Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, any place within a day or 2 driving time to Salt Lake? We've got several people leaving Colorado who just couldn't get off until Friday, taking cars down. I've got one couple leaving Friday at 6 o'clock, driving straight through, and renting a $45 Econo Lodge motel for the weekend. Now, this is not the optimal, but it's sure better than missing the total convention. They're going to be there all day Saturday and then Sunday for XANGO United. So smile and dial if you truly believe that this could be life-changing for them, for the person that you're inviting. The invitation to check us out will be appreciated by them. So let's go to some practical tips. First one is just get lots of good sleep before you go and plan to sleep after, because you won't get a lot while you're there. So, it really doesn't matter what the room looks like. You won't be spending a lot of time in it. Convention's fun and it's exciting, but it's also deadly serious work. This is where we go to learn how to change our financial world. It's not fluff. You need to be in sessions early and stay late. Carry snacks with you. I just shake my head sometimes, Collie, I mean, people will spend dollars and dollars and time off to get to convention, and then they leave the sessions early to get in line to go into the XANGO store and buy swag, for goodness sake, or to get in line for restaurants so that they can get a seat. Or worse yet, almost, it's like talking and walking during in the halls during sessions. I mean, look at the example that we're setting. If we've got team members with us, this is crazy. And breakouts, the mornings, the times that we have the breakout sessions, people run in and out. It's so frustrating for me. So if you have team members there, and just don't let them see you hanging in the halls. People are watching you when you don't think that they're watching. Let your team see you take notes. Be in your seats. This is serious business. Also happens to be mixed with a whole bunch of fun. So get in the spirit. Look in the back of your closet or raid a friend's closet for 80s garb and have a blast at the Thursday night dance party. Another thing, have your camera ready at all times. Take people's picture and note down their story. Collect product stories and business stories. And keep up on Facebook and post your pictures there for the world to see. And plug into your team. A great time to plug into your team will be at the dance party on Thursday night. It's going to be fun. It's going to be informal. And see, with the technology that we have now, it allows us to build nationally as well as globally. So for many of us, this is going to be our first face-to-face live meeting with new team members. So a couple of other things. I mentioned taking notes. I see people going and they just sit there with a glazed look on their face. Guys, you're CEO of your own company. Take notes. Studies show that even if you never look at your notes again, by taking them, you remember 30% more. Take pictures, collect stories on product and business. Meet people, be bold. Capital B, capital O, capital L, capital D. What we do is network, so get out of your comfort zone and introduce yourself to people. Very practical tip. Take plenty of Ignite and Limitless for daytime. And for nighttime, so that you maximize the hours you do get to sleep, take Ignite and Reload and Rest and Renew. So important. Take snacks and water to sessions so you can keep up your energy. Take mints if you want. But stay in your seats. If you got to go to the bathroom, run in and out. Don't miss a thing. That's just the most important thing. This weekend, you can go to the Bold section of XANGO.com. Check out the agenda. Google Lisa Nichols. She's our keynote speaker. She is a world-class transformational speaker. She was our keynote speaker at Women Building Bridges this past summer in Arizona. She alone is worth the price of admission. If you're new, consult with your leaders about which breakout sessions that they might recommend, but don't miss a thing. If your leaders have private events, attend them. They're spending time and dollars so that we can share on an informal basis. Attend XANGO United on Sunday. I think that thing is starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. So if you're going to be partying at Sandy and Colley's until midnight or maybe 1 in the morning, just make sure that you're up at 7 and in there at 8 because you don't want to miss a thing. What the XANGO training is on Sunday, XANGO United, all of the top leaders have united, regardless of what systems they recommend, that they have united. And to have one all-day training, it will take all that you have absorbed over the previous days, or maybe not absorbed, as the case is, but give you concrete, practical steps to put everything into action and to have it planned for when you leave. These top leaders are walking the talk, and you want to get your tickets at XANGOUnited.com. So this is life-changing. But in the end, if you just can't go, if your daughter has a wedding that weekend, if, what could you possibly do? Well, if you absolutely can't be there, you can still get as many of your people there as possible. Sure, at this point, airline tickets are expensive, but so is poverty. Who do you know within a, say, a 2-day drive? Or who do you know who really needs to change their financial world? An expensive airline ticket could turn out to be dirt cheap in perspective. Where else can you have a $1 million global business for $35 and a few dollars for a website each month? But therein lies the problem. A business for $35 is not taken as seriously as a brick-and-mortar one that costs hundreds of thousands to start. For example, we'll just use a franchise. Buying a franchise these days, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. You buy it, then you get to leave home and spend more money to go to corporate to learn how to run it according to their system. And then you get to return home to be held hostage to employees and a business that owns you, certainly without the freedom and potential of network marketing. As a business owner in network marketing, it's part of our operating cost to go to conventions and regionals to learn how to do this thing. Events are not negotiable. So if you're serious about changing your life, start making calls today to get some people there. So if you absolutely can't be there yourself, think of who in the world I know that needs to be there. Who on my team? Who do I know who doesn't even know about XANGO yet? And just smile and dial. So some practical things for those people who absolutely cannot go. Stay plugged in every day of the convention. Go to XANGO website, go to Buzz, to the blogs. Corporate will post pictures and stories as the event progresses. Plug into social media. Corporate founders post on social media. Your leaders post there. Your team members will be posting there. So keep the communication lines open with your team that is there. And again, get your order in for X926. That they process on Monday. If you've already ordered, order more. I think I said that before, didn't I? But have plenty of product on hand. Be the first to get yours so you can share with as many as possible. The more people you get on this product, the more stories you have, the bigger business you'll have. It works every time. Facts tell, stories sell. So if you can't go to convention, or even if you are going, make your list. Don't limit it to 100. Is there anyone that you know who doesn't want to feel and look better and have more energy and money? Don't prejudge. Just invite and connect. Put a plan together. Work in 90-day spurts. Put your life on the calendar. Everybody has 24 hours of their life filled every single day. Put your work time on, your family time, your church, your recreation, your TV time. And then you make the decision, what can I cut? Decide what blocks of time that you can sacrifice for 90 days to change your life. Nothing of value is ever gained without sacrifice. If you absolutely knew you couldn't fail, what would you cut out of your life right now so that you would be able to have the time to do the actions over the next 90 days? Then work as if your life depended on it. We can do anything for 90 days. What we do in the next 90 days can put us in position to be financially free in 2 to 3 years. And we can take a short R&R and do it another 90 days and another. It just depends on what you want out of this. And with this comp plan, the money stories are going to be quick and they're going to fuel our business. So it's all out massive action. Write this down if you guys have a pencil and paper. AOMA. AOMA. All out massive action. The most important lesson that Mike McCarthy taught me that year of 03 and 04 was that you can't do this thing slow. You've got to take consistent, right action. And right along with that is, right doesn't mean perfect. You don't strive for perfection. Just get into consistent action. And it won't be perfect. You'll make mistakes, but mistakes learned from are the stepping stones to success. So invite and connect. We all hear about getting out of our comfort zone, but we can't solve the problem with the same level of thinking that created it. And part of our problem is we can't get out of our own way. We try to learn it all and present to our prospects as an expert, and it just doesn't work that way. We invite somebody to take a look and then connect them to a presentation and then connect them to a team member as soon as possible and do it over and over again. Between now and the week after convention, what I'm using is the opportunity meeting that Collie and Dr. Johnson did. I can't remember the date on that, but it's excellent. I just keep pushing that out and pushing that out and pushing it out. And then I got the tip from Richard O'Brien. He was sending out this call called The Second Chance. It's an audio that Ray Heron and Greg Adair did. It's amazing. if there's any spark of interest, and if those 2 calls don't get people's interest peaked, it's not going to happen. So when you're inviting people, smiling and dialing this weekend to get them to come to convention, don't try to do it yourself. Push out these calls. That's what we can do now. And then after convention, it's a whole new ball game. It's going to be exciting. So what to do? Take consistent action. We stop the reasons and excuses. The only thing that successful people don't have are reasons and excuses. They have everything else. So get the reason and excuse rabbit out of our heads. The problem is that our reasons and excuses are often true. 10 years ago when I called Linda and said I couldn't go, it was true. I had no money. But I had to get creative. I had to find miles, get roommates. The total I spent on food that entire 4-day weekend in 2003 was $14.60 for a bowl of soup and salad and tip at Olive Garden. But I can tell you one thing. It was worth the sacrifice in November of 2003 to get back to convention in November of 2004 and be able to order sushi, not just for me, but to pay for other people. Guys, this is so worth it. If you haven't done it yet, it's your chance. And if we've done it before, it's our chance to do it again. The beginning is near. Collie, I want to turn it back to you, and maybe you've thought of some other practical tips or whatever you'd like to add for the convention.
Betty, thank you so much. Oh, my gosh, I am so glad that you figured out the way to get to convention that year. Because just imagine, since then, because you were able to get there and see it, you were empowered to do it and to take the action. Since then, you have changed the lives of probably 100,000 people because of your passion and your belief, and because you can help inspire that in others. And that's what we want for everyone on this call. We want to help you, inspire you to take a leap of faith, to understand and recognize this is your opportunity. If you missed it 11 years ago, don't miss this. If you did it small 11 years ago, do it big this time. If you did it big 11 years ago, do it bigger this time. I have never been more excited and can't even believe that after 24 years in this industry, that I am in the place I am in right now, that after having been blessed with this amazing opportunity and have had just the last 11 years of my life have been amazing, meeting people like you and so many other leaders, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of XANGO leaders. Over 100 of them become millionaires already. It's been amazing, but it's nothing compared to where we're going now. I got goosebumps thinking about it, and I'm hoping that those people on the call here get it and see it too. This is your chance, absolutely. I'm going to take a minute to show everybody where to get some of the calls and the things that you talked about, and also let them know what's coming. So first of all, we have a blog. The blog is ourpowersystem.com. The first post on the blog that I just posted a few minutes ago is about the next opportunity meeting with X926, but it won't be X926. It'll have the brand reveal. It is going to be live from XANGO Bold. It is going to be Betty and Sandy Cohen and Mike McCarthy and Richard O'Brien and Ray Heron and many of XANGO's top leaders, as we all are there at XANGO Bold. We're just going to have finished with XANGO United. We're just going to have finished this amazing XANGO Bold weekend, and we're going to share with you the opportunity. And so right now I want everyone to go to the blog and register to that webinar. We know this one's going to fill up. We want you to register, and we want you to send out that link to all of your prospects and get them on the very first X926 opportunity presentation, which we will do, again, as I did in 30 minutes, followed by another 30 minutes of XANGO leaders sharing their beliefs, their excitement, what's happened to them with the products so far, because we've all been given some samples. We've all got experiences that we can talk about, but more importantly, the opportunity right now that we have to change the world, starting with your own. So plug into that event right there. The next thing is XANGO United we talked about. It's on Facebook, facebook.com/XANGO United. Go there and like the page. Get plugged into XANGO United, because as this event takes place, more XANGO United events will take place, but also it's a great place, it's a community for all of XANGO leaders to share with all of XANGO Nation. So plug into that, and the very first thing you'll see is the event here, and you can simply go to that event and then say that you're attending so that we know that you're going to be at XANGO United, and again, share it with other people. The other place on Facebook is facebook.com/mypowersystem. On this Facebook page, we have posted media packs from our demo account. If you're a member of My Power System, there are great media packs in there, all the things that Betty talked about, where you can share from inside your system to your prospects with tracking, and you'll know whether or not they watched it and viewed it and whatnot. But I did also create these media packs from our demo account, and I have shared them on the Facebook page so that you, without being a member of My Power System, can share them with other people. So you simply, for example, here's a post on the X926 opportunity, and this is the one with Dr. Johnson and myself that Betty had talked about. So here it is from the demo account. So if you're not even a member, you can just click on that. It has the video with Dr. Johnson and myself. It has the second chance audio with Ray Heron and Greg Adair, and it has a launch call that Dr. Johnson and I did. This is the call with a lot of XANGO leaders, including Betty is on this one as well. So this is a great thing. You just take that link, copy, paste in an email, copy, paste on your Facebook page in a Facebook message, private message to your distributor, your prospect, whatever. Get the word out. It doesn't matter how you do it. You just need to get the word out to other people and share it with them. And if you are a member of My Power System, when you log into your system, here in the middle is always the link to the last week's webinar, but if you go to Webinar Archives, these are all the webinars that we've done with the description of them. So you can view that, and then you could also send a link out to those particular webinars. So any of the ones that are in here that you want to share, that you can share that way. And the media packs are also in. If you wanted to send something to somebody as a member, you would simply add a contact or go to the Warm Market Wizard, whatever. Warm Market Wizard's quicker because it gives you 6 added contacts at once, and the only thing you have to put in is the name and the email. But regardless of what you do, where it says send in an immediate email, click here. You're going to go and you're going to pick from the drop-down box what you want. There are 3 X926 pre-written emails with the links to these media packs. The first one, Right Time, Right Place, is generic. It doesn't even talk about XANGO. It's to a brand new prospect. The second one is info to less active XANGO distributors. It could be a prospect or a distributor that you haven't spoken to in years who might not even know what XANGO has done in their first 10 years. And it gives them kind of that 10-year update. And the last one is to an active distributor. It's somebody who knows that it's coming, they've heard, but they need the details, they need the information on it. So you just simply pick one, put it in, the email's written, comes with the media pack. That's it. We've got the tools there for you. You can use them free. Also, by the way, I have a YouTube channel. If you go to youtube.com, look for XANGO Collie. I have a YouTube channel where I also put all these videos on YouTube for free. But we don't recommend it because when you send somebody a link to a YouTube video, there's all this on the right-hand side. People pay advertising, and a lot of people will put negative XANGO stuff in and put a keyword there, so that if somebody's looking for a XANGO video and they get a XANGO video, along on the right-hand side, there's something from a competitor. It's crazy. We don't recommend it, but you know, if you're sending it, you do what you have to do. So whether you send a free YouTube video or you send, better yet, send a link from the demo account, because then you're protected from all of that stuff, right from our blog. So the blog, you can find all kinds of X926 stuff at ourpowersystem.com/X926. We'll get you right to this page, or ourpowersystem.com. Click on X926, And in here are all the webinars that we've done, all the calls that we've done, the compensation plan training, etc. You find something in there that you like. First of all, this is a lot of stuff, but if you really want to learn everything, if you're one of those that have to know it all, there it is. It's all there. And, of course, this will all be updated with as the brand is revealed. We will have new calls and new webinars and new tools and new resources for you. But whatever it takes, go here, click this, send that out to somebody. Whatever it takes, spread the word. Use the tools, get the information out, build your teams, get to Bold if you can personally, and if not, you make sure that you're plugged in and tuned in, and as things are revealed, that you are sending this information out to people and getting those pre-orders in now and getting people ready for the next step, because we are taking and making some bold moves. Betty, I want to thank you so much. I want to take just a minute to see Sandy Cohen is on with us. I would love for her to give us a few words before we close this webinar out. Sandy, are you with us?
Terrific, Holly. And Betty, thank you for sharing your wisdom and helping people, because the truth is anybody can be successful. All you have to do is what the leaders do and just duplicate it. But do whatever you can to get to convention. The rest of your life probably would depend upon it. So if you have a dream, and it is a sacrifice. I mean, it's a sacrifice for most people to change where they are. But trust me, it's worth it. So now's no time to waste. We can't emphasize that enough. The next, I would say, 3 to 6 months could set you up for the rest of your life. And remember this, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. You don't have to know everything. For goodness sake, don't even try. Your only job is to find out with conversation, is somebody looking for change? Do they want better health or more money? Those are the 2 questions. And if they say, yeah, I'm open to looking, you just send them a quick overview, as Holly shared with you, and then get them on the phone with your upline sponsor. That's it. So this is going to move faster than anything else in the industry. And this is, to my knowledge, and Holly, you've been in this profession even longer than I, so even more than 2 decades. I have never seen a company do something so bold to give us the opportunity to have multiple streams of income under one umbrella with products that have hard science that get results. So life is about choices, guys. You can never say you weren't in the right place at the right time. And there's, as Napoleon Hill says in his book, Think and Grow Rich, nothing is worse than looking back with regret. And if you're past 40, and you're not yet 40, you'll be that tomorrow, but once you're past 40, time goes into hyper speed. So you'll decide with your decision and your actions, and I loved what Betty said, all out massive action. And you work like your life depends upon it. In our training, and I'll end with this, Brian Tracy on Wednesday night said, act like you have a gun to your head. If somebody has a gun to your head, how hard would you be working? And think about this. It doesn't get easier than in XANGO. So what are the consequences of what your life's going to look like 2 to 5 years from today if you don't do all out massive action? And thank you for that, Betty. It's a gem. And we look forward to seeing you at convention. Don't forget to register. We still have some seats left at XANGO United, and just go to the XANGOUnited.com site. Eddie, Collie, and I are inviting everyone just to show appreciation for your friendship and your mentorship on Saturday night from 7 p.m. until midnight for food and drink and a little bit of being merry and appreciative. And, of course, Sunday night we'll have a live feed. And thank you for arranging that, Collie. That's a brilliant idea. So with that, I'm going to say have a wonderful, productive weekend, and I'm going back to the phones. Bye, everybody.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sandy. I'm showing everybody on the blog, ourpowersystem.com/bold appreciation is the link to RSVP if you're going to come Saturday night. We just want to make sure we have enough food and everything for people. There's no cost. But we don't want to run out. We don't want to have 500 people show up when we were expecting 200. So if you want to come, you're welcome to come. It's just a mix and a mingle after the event, mingle with leaders. Most groups, most leaders are having their own, either having dinner together, which we recommend, have dinner with your teams. Whether you have a team of 2 people there or 20 people there, make sure that you spend some time, quality time with just that team. But then afterwards, come and hang out with all the rest of your kissing cousins and mix and mingle with some leaders and just learn what people are going to do. Founders will be dropping by. So that's there on the blog, just RSVP. We'd appreciate it. And then the last thing I wanted to do was actually, I think that was the last thing, is, Betty, I'd like to just turn it over to you. Oh, I just wanted to say, there's a bunch, in the Ask a Question box, all the questions I've answered so far have been about all of this and where to find all these webinars and all that, which I did. And there's a whole lot of people saying thank you so much for your presentation, your training, your passion, your belief that you've inspired a lot of people. But folks, Betty can't see what's in the Ask a Question box, so I'd like you to go back in the chat box and give her that thanks and let her know how you felt about her, because there's some really wonderful comments in the Ask a Question box. But Betty, I also just wanted to turn it over to you for any final thoughts and any closing comments to leave us with here today.
Well, thank you, Collie, and thank you both, Collie and Sandy. It's just, ditto basically on what you guys said. We have, I think, an opportunity to just do it big again with this company, but we have a moral obligation to reach out to people who were in our shoes 10 years ago, and in your case, 11 years ago. So I'm just excited. I am just totally pumped and totally excited, and can't wait to see you guys at Bold.
Awesome. Thank you, Betty, Sandy. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. The link will go live for this recording in a couple of hours. I will have it posted on the blog. I will have it posted in Facebook. You will find it here on the blog on the X926 page, so ourpowersystem.com/X926. It will be here at the very top. It'll be the very first thing that you'll see. It'll also be on the blog post for today, for today's meeting. I will put the recording underneath of it so that you can send that out, because this webinar, you need to send this out. It's wonderful. We did this in 1 hour. We got the opportunity, the presentation, the comp plan, and Betty's training, and an encouragement ticket to convention, and you want to send that to all of your team members who weren't on the call here with us today. Don't give up. There's still a few days on thinking that I just got somebody 2 days ago that I'm so excited about I just committed 2 days ago. The right person is waiting for your call, so get on the call and invite them to take a look at what's going on and to see if even if you can't get there, you don't know, you might call somebody who can, and that could change your world and theirs. So thanks, everyone. Thanks, Betty, Sandy, and everyone for giving us your Saturday morning. And let's spend the whole weekend getting the word out and driving all the way to Bold, and see many of you at Bold. Thanks all. Bye-bye.
Bye. And thank you, Collie, for everything that you do serving the entire XANGO family. We love you, girl. Bye, everybody.